Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams, the Thunder were able to put an end to the Cavaliers' 7-game win streak with a 121-113 victory on Sunday. Isaiah Joe picked up the slack for OKC, finishing with a game-high 22 points. But does the result say more now about the Thunder or the Cavs? S.A., what do you think?
Well, before I go any further, I have some breaking news, all right, here on First Take. You know, it's just apropos for me to bring this up. Perk, as y'all know, I mean, you know, Vinny, you my boys, and Shay, you've been working with me. You know, I'm climbing up there in age, you know, but I don't look like it. I don't look like it. Now, obviously, obviously, when you're the youngest of 6 and you have 4 older sisters the way that I do, it's very, very, very difficult, Shay, to get a compliment. That's why I could take insults, because my sisters trained me because they've been insulting me all my life. My sister Carmen just sent me this text. I hate to tell you this because your head is only going to swell, but you look really good, fresh, and well-rested.
Oh, God.
Hair is nice and a little curly as well. So I wanted to dime my sister out. I get these compliments like once a decade, guys. I get these compliments like once a decade from my sisters. So I had to hold on to it. You understand what I'm saying? I had to grab it. So I apologize to the First Take producers for veering away from all of that. But it was just a moment. It's once in a decade. I had to grab it. Thanks, Calm. Love you, sis. Love you. Anyway, here's the deal, y'all. Shay, here's the deal. I think this victory right here by Oklahoma City, that's what you're asking me, right? I think this says more about the Cavaliers than the Thunder, and I'm going to tell you why. We want to believe in the Cavs. We looked at Vinny just talking about how he would have the Celtics even beating the Cavs, but not necessarily the Knicks. And then a result like last night, you see why. Because they won 7 straight, and then they go into Oklahoma, then they go against Oklahoma City, and you lose without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams, both of them out, and Donovan Mitchell and James Harden are there, and you still lose to Case and Wallace, to Lou Dort. I mean, I love these cats. Don't get me wrong, they're champions, but you got Case and Wallace, you got Lou Dort, you got Isaiah Joe. That's what you lost to. That's why we got questions about Cleveland. That's all I want to say.
Go ahead, Vinny. No Caruso in that game either, by the way.
I think when you look at the Cavs schedule and who they've played leading up to this point, they needed this loss. So I won't say it was fool's gold, but you played Sacramento, you played Brooklyn, you played Indiana. You didn't play great teams. This was by far the best competition that Cleveland has played, not only through the streak, but since they acquired James Harden. They got jumped on early, like in the first 5 minutes, before you could even sit down and adjust to the game. They were down 16, so I'm not surprised at the result. Remember also, the Thunder without Alex Caruso, in addition to J-Dub and SGA. I think the questions you have about the Cavs are going to be real until they actually do it. They are the one team, I think, that if we see them in the conference finals, if you just were to fast forward and see them there, you'd be like, man, how'd they get there? You won't just accept it the way that you can see it with Detroit, with Boston, with New York. Cleveland has the talent, but I think they have more to prove than anybody, and games like this highlight that.
Definitely. Perk?
This game was more about the Thunder. I mean, let's just keep it real. The Thunder over the last month and a half, they've been looking funny in the light. Like, we've been questioning, can they make it out of the West and repeat? I know they're dealing with injuries, but they needed this win. They needed to send a statement. And also, they had that old saying, iron sharpens iron. The Thunder also know that they got a guy by the name of Victor Wembanyama in the San Antonio Spurs that are trying to come up and get that #1 spot that is sitting at #2. So they know that they got to continue to smash the gas so that they could get home court at least throughout the Western Conference, because they understand that if they have a Game 7 in any series, they want it in OKC. So I said this was more about the Thunder, especially with them going to get a win without SGA and J-Dub. They got back to who they are, and that's defensive dogs, and they getting their identity back. So although I get what Stephen A. and Vinny is saying about Cleveland, that real test in the reality check, but this was more about the Thunder, because the Thunder have been looking real shaky over the last month and a half, and yesterday afternoon was a great quality win and a warning shot to let the league know we're still here.
Yeah, almost like they're learning how to win without SGA. Since January 14th, Cavs are 0-2 against the Thunder. His play left an impression on LeBron, who had this to say about his rival after the game. Listen.
Justin JB is playing great basketball, man, and you can't fault this. This whole MVP thing. I don't understand why his name's not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave him a shot to start the season, and he's having 30.
Yeah, just under.
Yeah, just under 30. Yeah, it's a popularity contest sometimes, I tell you.
You feel like he could be MVP?
Last question.
I mean, that's not for me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the criteria of MVP anymore. I kind of stopped giving a damn about it a long time ago. I got my own personal issues about it. So, yeah, these guys will tell you why.
Oh, LeBron. Not saying much, but saying everything, isn't he? Despite high praise from the four-time MVP, LeBron James, Jaylen Brown has 40-1 odds to win MVP, according to DraftKings Sportsbook, which is tied with Luka Doncic for the 6th best odds. Perk, you first. Should Jaylen Brown be the MVP frontrunner right now, or is it a popularity contest?
A popularity contest. What is? Look, whatever, Brian. You got it. Hey, it's your world. We just trying to get an appointment in it. But yeah, if I had to vote today, Jaylen Brown would get my vote. He's doing more with less, and I say that respectfully to Peyton Pritchard and Derek White and the others on his team. And when you think about where he got this squad at, being at the number 2 seed, when you think about him being the best two-way player in the game, because no other player in the NBA is doing what he's doing, meaning being a top 5 scorer in the league and a top 5 defender when it comes to opponent field goal percentage. And so when you think about Jaylen Brown and how he's taken that leap, how he's answered the call and shut a lot of haters up, for us, can he be a franchise guy? Can he carry a team? And what he has done this season, absolutely he should be the front runner right now for us MVP, and he definitely would get my vote if I had to vote today.
I am a voter. And Stephen A., I would like to talk to my aquatic iguana. I like the tie today, Steve. I adore the tie. It's dope. I love the polka dots, all that. My brother Stephen A. has covered the league for damn near 30 years. There was one season in particular, over 30. I wasn't even trying to age you, brother. I was just trying to keep it round.
Good. I don't look it. That's all that matters. I wish I was 75. You understand what I'm saying? I don't mind being old as hell. I wish I was 75. It don't matter because I don't look it and I don't feel it. So I'm good.
Black don't crack as long as you don't do crack. There you go, Stephen A.
Here we go.
There was a season. There was a season that Stephen A. covered personally where the MVP was not on the best team. The MVP was on a team that was the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference, and we didn't look at him like he was the absolute best player. That man was Allen Iverson. There was also a season, my first year as a voter, where this player was not the best player on the best team, but his team performed the best. That was Derrick Rose in 2011. That's the precedent for not Jaylen Brown, but for Cade Cunningham in Detroit. 26, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Perk, I take umbrage a little bit with you because I think Cade is a comparable, if not better defender. Almost averaging a block a game from the point guard spot, can defend up and down. And what we thought about Detroit going into the season when they lost Malik Beasley and they were not able to adequately replace that three-point shooting, we didn't think as a collective NBA public that the Pistons were going to be the 1 seed on pace for 60 wins without a second bona fide shot-creating superstar. So while I give you credit for the Celtics being overachievers, I will also say that if you're on a 60-win team in a season like this, it's not clear-cut that it's going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Nikola Jokic, who are the 2 best players in the game. I think sometimes you have to leave the door open for someone who's playing the best and on the best team, and that could very well be Cade Cunningham.
We also got to remember that Russell Westbrook won it the year that he wanted averaging a triple-double, but they were like the 5th or the 6th seed.
It was 16, and they won 47 games.
It was 16, exactly. So we got to remember that, too. I will tell you this, Perk, in all honesty, man. I've been back and forth, man. I have not been a model of consistency with this. I mean, they might as well, Carmen might as well make me some waffles. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much I've waffled back and forth about Cade Cunningham with Jaylen Brown. It's absolutely ridiculous. Week to week, I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because even though Jaylen's averaging nearly 30 a game, Cade is at over 25 a game, but he's doubling Jaylen Brown up in assists, and Detroit's the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Not to mention Cade and